See, a lot of people say that I drop gems, but I say that my stuff is true gold. From young, I was taught to minus degrees because the world that we live in is too cold. You see, the hood is a messed up place, and you can lose hair being too bold, but in order to smell success, you gotta know hard work is a must. And that right there is the truth told. But just like wearing a belt, I've seen many guys waste bands because they're out here looking for loopholes, and that's evident. But the way I've been biding my time, you would think I was running for president. So the aim is to always avoid court, but I still wouldn't know what settle meant. And I can't say that I'm not tired, but to ignite, you've got to spark drive like a car being hot wired. And just know being part of a gang is like being part of the clan. Because I've seen white in the hood that resulted in crossfire. Now realize you got to think. And don't be surprised when you're pushed at the brink. You see, life can change in a blink. But the thing that's sad is a lot of us don't wake up till we're pinched. And police don't show no remorse. Don't make you do things under duress. You see, that's why they call them the force. Because when you do things under duress, it's due to the fact that you're, okay, look, I'm the guy that's always been sure, but still ended up off course. But I'm not going to make an excuse. I'm taking the reins like riding a horse. But you see that road life has a ceiling, and it's one that will highlight your flaws. Imagine you can sell how many keys, but ain't none of them opening doors. And that's real. I said, imagine you can sell how many keys, but ain't none of them opening doors. And that's realness. If guys are willing to die over drip, being fly is a terminal illness. And that's what's making me feel sick. Because the government is drunk on power, and you can't do nothing but feel pissed, and some people just don't get it. Violence and poverty get passed down so much you think is genetic. I know guys that pull up and dip like calisthenics, but they're not doing it for aesthetics. But see me, I'm trying to go places. So just like a person that travels light, you won't see me with no cases. Because trust me, I've been through hell. I've had times I wanted to breathe like Sean Paul and Blue Cantrell. I've literally seen guys bucket like they were fetching water, and that shit didn't go down well. But you see, when I talk to the kids, I ask them one question. Name me one benefit from being a shooter. It's like that weight loss show. You could end up the biggest loser. Because having a big head is like my wife and kids. I mean, everyone sees you're a junior. But the truth is, you're sunk in place, trying to get out like Daniel Kaluuya. You're trying to get out like Daniel Kaluuya. But you see, I said trying to get out like Daniel Kaluuya. But you see, life just isn't fair. I'm from a place where you got to deal with blood on your plate due to the fact beef isn't rare. And just like dandruff, I've seen guys start flaking. But that's not the way we're conditioned hair. It's all about changing the mindset. I'm just being upfront. If you live fast and furious, don't be surprised when you die wrecked. I've never gone to an optician. But the last time I checked, the aim of the game is to blow and see more bands in a live set. No, the aim of the game is progression. Never go back or take any side steps. The one thing Billie Jean showed us is eventually you're going to get where you're going, even if that means taking a light steps. But allow me to digress. Because if we're talking stunting, I've never been 1-2 like a mic check. I'm from a place where guys flex arms. And I'm not talking a bicep, the same place where you got a stomach pain. But that's just something to digest, you see. I come from a place where they fire rounds. And these days, I'm seen as a missionary. But I don't take things lying down, poor. See, I don't come from a quiet town. I'm from a place where guys smoke loud, and the PCs often come through and shut it down. I mean, people claim to be woke, but I don't think they get it. I know so many guys on lockdown that made me realize that prison's the real pandemic, because police be targeting blacks, but the difference with this pandemic is there ain't no masking the facts. I know guys that were serving coke, but just like sugar-free Pepsi, a jury gave them the max. So don't think it's a joke. Growing up, I had to be sharp, because being blunt can lead you to smoke. It was literally sink or swim, and your rep couldn't keep you afloat. And as you can see, I swam. Because if we're talking luck, it's evident I had a few good strokes, but you know what's messed up? The way that the naked truth gets dressed up. I'm from a place where everyone's down, but nobody's next up. And just like a tank top, you see guys bare arms and vest up. And that's got man raging. Why do we only clock change through daylight savings? The system's given out years, and that's something you gotta take in. So just because you jumped on a wave, it don't mean that it's all plain sailing. Because I've seen man die for their pride. I know guys that ain't religious, but believe in an eye for an eye. Now you gotta be willing to back your words, because most guys ain't letting it slide. Realize I'm letting you know that you can't disguise and hide. But to tell you the truth, you'll never be a winner until you see life as a prize. My aim is to flood you with knowledge, because I'm trying to see levels rise. Now whether it's jail or death, too many times I've seen mothers cry. And these are the mothers that tried to end up seeing their sons getting tried. But some don't see what it takes to survive, such as walking around with a Mac, because the beef you got ain't coming with fries. So the meals I saw weren't happy ones. They were usually larger in size. I'm telling you. I said the meals I saw weren't happy ones. They were usually larger in size. Everyone's chasing the paper, but you gotta look in the mirror and think, is this reflecting the times now? I said paper, the mirror, the times. There's always a deeper message, but a lot of us don't see the signs. We don't see that stuff till it's on top. A lot of us don't get the picture until it turns into a mugshot. Because I know so many guys that have been hurt, and because of their record, they can't get a 9 to 5. So they gotta learn how to shift work. It's funny how everybody wants to be 6 foot, but then cry when they gotta dig dirt. Plus, jail ain't something we're taught to fear. I've seen guys take more bids than an auctioneer. And it's ironic how when you end up on a prison wing, it's your mum that's brought to tears. And the ones that don't visit are the ones you called your peers. And for them, you were carrying toast. But the minute you get out, the only thing them man give you is cheers. Look what it's come to. I never had time for a click, because some actions you just can't undo, just deep it. Man, them are facing birds, and all we do is retweet it. The stuff we choose to regurgitate is the reason the system is heaving. It's about time we elevate, because I'm over this underachieving. Plus, people say that they care but never did. I know so many people that died but never lived. I know guys that never go gym but push weight in hopes of getting big, so try no. If you act like a clown, eventually you'll be seen as a sideshow. Most guys in the hood don't make it to 50 because they're out here getting chased by the 5-0. And that comes at a different cost. Realize that rags only turn into riches when you show that you're cut from a different cloth. See, I don't believe in stunting. Look at the vibe that's given off. You see, most of the guys that pull strings only got there because they didn't floss. See, I'm just talking the truth. I could care less how you take it. We live in a time where people are tapped because they're out here chasing the same drip. You see, if that floats your boat, you might not see a reason to save it. But the majority jump on board and don't realize that clout is a slave ship, and that's it, man.